Black Lightning.
He's back.
Want to do it again?
Sure.
I'm like, this is the intro y'all done in a long time.
Okay.
Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to Film Freaks.
A show for film fun and all things entertainment.
I'm Jessica
And
Lyon.
I am Abi
And
Flores.
today we're going to get to episode 5.
5, yes.
Cinco.
Last week I did not know what episode I was on, but we're back on track. Episode 5.
Of Black Lightning.
He is back. If you didn't know. Okay, so as I said, Black Lightning is back.
Yes, you dig?
Okay, so just right off the top, that's probably to me the one thing that's starting to annoy me from this show is the theme song.
Yeah.
Because it is the same bit of lyrics over and over and over and over and over again.
Black Lightning is back.
Yeah.
He's back. He's been back for 5 episodes. I really hope that season 2 they change it.
Yeah.
Where it's something different.
He's back again.
Because he's already been back.
Right.
And I can see this going 5 seasons on. Black Lightning is back.
Right.
Been
That's
back 5
it's
years.
kind of a sore thing now. That's just over and over. Too repetitive. Like, I mean, the first episode and 2 episodes, it was cool. Like, kind of went with it. But now it's like so repetitive that it's like they need to change it up. But yeah.
Anyways, aside from that,
Yeah.
Let's
Then we
actually
went down
talk
that rabbit hole.
episode 5.
Episode 5, they gave us some really, really good stuff. Like, I am reinvested all over again with this whole mystery surrounding the Grandpappy. I was like, whoa, what is all this?
Right.
Sounds really interesting and kind of, to me, it's kind of going to be the origin of how they're getting their powers. Like, that's kind of how I'm taking it. But, you know, it could be something completely different, but could be related to that. I don't know. Being that this is an Earth 2 with Supergirl, you know, obviously Supergirl's a Kryptonian, so she, you know, she gets her powers because she's a Kryptonian and the sun and all that stuff. But as far as Black Lightning goes and Tobias and his daughters, you know, it kind of feels like the Metahumans are just starting to like come out. Because it makes sense with that. Because in Supergirl's show, it's almost like people from her lineage, people from that are related to her, people that are related to the Kryptonians. Those are her villains, you know, people with that. So it's not like Metahumans are just sprouting and she has to fight those. So it kind of goes right along with that, where it's like whatever happened with the granddad and he was researching. And these people were starting to develop powers because they really haven't touched on the Black Lightning thing until now. So I feel like that's kind of where it's going. I don't know. What do you think?
I think SAS.
Yeah.
That's all I'm thinking.
SAS.
That's it. I think that's how it is.
I hated doing those in school.
No, I do agree with you. I
Right.
do think that this is going to allow, because at first I wasn't sure where this Black Lightning character landed, whether it was Prime Earth or Earth 2, and then you reinforce Earth 2. So that makes total sense that Supergirl didn't really have metahuman villains
to deal with,
and now they're introducing that in this universe.
Right.
So it's kind of like, okay, potentially it has the ability to
with that.
transfer.
Because we don't have the particle accelerator, we don't have none of that going on. So it's like, where did this come from, kind of deal.
Right.
So yes, they're like the mystery behind the granddad and how invested Nissa is into finding out what's going on, and her finally donning her very 80s kind of X-Men
right, Phoenix look.
Yeah, her costume.
I'm actually glad that they brought that out. Again, like I was telling you earlier on an episode that the girl that he met, I can't remember her name for the life of me.
Yeah, me neither. The Asian girl.
Yeah, they're part of the Outsiders. So I was more interested in to see when they first introduced her, how they were going to introduce.
Right.
Which I thought it was a cool but cheesy intro where they showed her having the Outsider comic book. I'm like, you're reading about yourself. That's pretty funny.
That's
Only
funny.
like nerds would totally get that.
Total.
But yeah, I'm excited to finally see her
in action.
I was a little annoyed when she ripped out the entire freaking garage door in the episode. I'm like, come on, you could have just break the chain.
Yeah.
I mean, you're dealing with your grandfather's stuff, and there's a lot of importance going on in there. Exactly. You're gonna tear that up.
They just had to show how strong she is.
I was like, man, they could have done that with the safe, which they did eventually.
Exactly.
But yeah, I mean, I'm excited for that.
Yeah. And then they give this whole twist too. What's going on with Black Lightning? It's almost like what happened with Spider-Man and how he was kind of losing his powers because he didn't really know himself and all that the drama and dilemma that he was dealing with. So, but you know, just this whole, he's like, I don't even know what it is. Like his powers are just, I don't know if he's draining himself or he's going too much usage or.
It's the flux capacitor
right.
built in his suit that's causing a surge in his powers. So he's, it sounds sciencey, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
But it was cool that, you know, they show him kind of going through this migraine and passing out. Then he goes and tries to find Toledo and totally ends up like falling on his face and not being able to, and so not being able to do, you know,
capture him or get the information that he needs.
The mission that he wanted. Right. But if you would have listened and kind of hold back, but I feel like this anger, and I don't know if it's because of finding that Tobias and this guy are still around, that he's like not really himself as Black Lightning, you know, that he kind of is pushing himself beyond what he should and not really thinking about strategy and what he's doing.
No, at first I was thinking it had to do with the drug. Like
right.
it kind of when that dude in the early on in the episode hit him, I felt like maybe a side effect because he was drooling and maybe it was like a bodily fluid sweat that probably transferred over to him, and now he's being affected by it. But there was no sign of that whatsoever. So I'm curious because I just don't feel that that's who Black Lightning is. Even from the very beginning, no matter how angry he got, he was very self-composed.
Yeah,
now it's kind of like a loose barrel.
Flux of what's going on. And then you still have the mystery with Gamby and what he's doing behind the scenes, and then you see Tobias show up to his shop and saying we had a deal and all this kind of stuff. I'm like, what?
He does a name drop, SAS. ASA, I'm sorry.
ASA.
And then like that is a secret agency that he's a part of, which then brings me to the question of whether or not they're going to, like I was telling you earlier, bring out a group that's under that organization, Justice of July, I think that's what they're called, which would be interesting to see how they incorporate that, if they incorporated that at all.
Right.
So I'm really interested to see what his role, Gamby's role is in that organization, as well as what he's really doing with Black Lightning.
Black Lightning, because they fought crime before together and they were like partners, so...
Is he manipulating Black Lightning to, you know, or is he really genuinely his friend? Which I'm kind of in the...
Yeah, me too. I really don't know what's going on with Gamby and where he really stands.
All the secrecy.
Yeah, exactly. So. But I really do love this whole mystery behind the granddad and what's going on. I'm really diving into another part that I really loved about the was when his younger daughter kind of got into that altercation with the two girls.
Yes.
And he was just like,
he was
two girls.
He was geeking. Two girls? Yeah. That would have been my reaction.
Oh my god, I absolutely love that part. That was just great. Great dad moment right there. Like proud of his daughter. Like, he took on two girls.
Stepping the foot down.
Oh man, she was pissed. Which like I get both sides of it, but I agree with Jesse. Like, especially, you know, they weren't there, but you know, you watch the scene and it was like, I guess she could have resolved it or gone through that without really hurting her, but at the same time it's like the girls were really pushing the envelope there. So regardless, I really loved his reaction because that was a total dad moment. I loved it. So
I did think that she was gonna have a little surge of power.
Yeah.
And I was like, all right,
waiting to see. I thought her electric powers were gonna show a little bit, but they didn't. No, so maybe they'll save that a little later throughout the episode. Maybe even season 2. So Tobias is kind of I feel like he's getting to the end of his rope here with what's going on and Lady Eve really coming down on him. He kills his dad basically because you know he really wants a seat in this circle of this evil syndicate that's really to be named.
Horde of owls, if you will. I mean, I have to throw that Batman reference in there.
Don't know what's going on with Lady Eve and this other group of people that are kind of in control, but Tobias really wants to be a part of it. So I mean, I don't know. I feel like knowing the Black Lightning is back is kind of affecting both of them. Really.
Yeah.
You see how Tobias is acting on one end, and then you have Black Lightning on the other. So maybe that's just
the shift of the characters and how they're dealing with their problems.
But yeah, I mean, I've been loving everything that's going on. Like I said, I feel so like reinvested all over again with this whole new thing that they added.
I wonder. I'm kind of getting the vibe of Luke Cage and Jessica Jones with the whole. With the metahumans and how they got their powers, with Luke Cage and Jessica Jones, they were experimental stages and how they ended up getting their powers. And now with this, they're introducing that possibility.
Right.
You see through the files with some of the scars and what some of the effects were and abilities, agility, and like a bunch of little key words in the file that Anissa was looking at. So. Yeah, that's the only part that scares me, that it might go that direction or too similar.
Right.
But at the same time, it's unique enough where I can almost separate it, but because that's Luke Cage is still fresh, that's kind of like, that's not even a year, and you're already getting that similarity, and I'm like, that BVS Civil War kind of feel again. So I'm like, I'm hoping that it doesn't fall too close to that.
So we'll have to wait and see what they dish out as we dig a little deeper with this whole mystery behind the dad, because even Jefferson really was like, he didn't really even say much about his dad. He was, I see him in you. Okay, thanks, Dad.
That works. I would have been like, hold up. As a parent, that was that easy? I mean, you came at me all like this, and now, okay.
So, we'll wait and see what's going on. We're loving the show, and Tuesday can't come fast enough. So, thanks, guys. Let us know what you guys think so far. 5 episodes in. Peace.
All right, guys. Thanks for watching our episode.
Yeah, if you liked our video, go ahead and give us a thumbs up.
And if you didn't, you can double click on the thumbs down. Otherwise, don't forget to subscribe, comment, share, and like.
Right on. And check us out on our other social media outlets at Instagram and Twitter. And please tweet us at FF Media News.
Or you can engage with us through our email at ffmedianews@gmail.com.
All right. Thanks, guys.